All right. This is Jason Stallings with Safeware. Thanks to everybody that's joined us. Uh, I want everybody to talk about this product from Safariland. The Redline series is a great communication piece. It was first presented to us by Gary Sharp and Hazard 3 at this year's HMIC. It was a big talk at the conference. So Don's got a lot to say about this product and the benefits of what it does for first responders in the fire emergency services. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat and we will get them answered. Once Don is talking, we'll have a good discussion on it. So Don, please take it away.
Yeah, thanks for having me out, Jason, and the Safeware family. My name is Don Herbert. I'm the technical specialist for Safariland Redline Communications. My job with the company is research and development, product development, and then market integration. So I'm pleased to be joined here by Brad Medine. He's our category director over at Safariland Communications, as well as Darren Dixon, who's my account manager. Darren Dixon is out of SoCal with Brad. I'm out of the Midwest here. So this is not the studio setup I had planned today. I was supposed to be in a fire station at the fire academy with live models wearing my stuff, but I'm in the Midwest. We got a snowstorm. Couldn't make it in. They dismissed the academy, so I had to set it up here in my basement. So everything's good though. I love calling audibles. Doesn't create an issue for me at all. So without further ado, I want to give you guys just an overview of why we came up with this when we started. 2015 is when I first introduced this product to Safariland. Actually, it was Tactical Command Industries. You will hear me refer to TCI and Safariland Communications together. They are one and the same. Safariland bought TCI in 2014. In 2015, they decided to branch into the fire and rescue market thanks to a presentation I gave. I'm a former military guy. I was a flight medic. And I've been a firefighter about 34 years now. My 35th year is coming up here in March. So I've been around the block a few times with communication failures on fire grounds, trying to listen to speaker mics, having people on the radio say again, communication breakdowns. I sat through enough AERs where the first thing out of everybody's mouth is when the IC or the BC asks what went wrong, everybody says comms failed, couldn't hear you, you couldn't hear me. And I wanted to do something about it. So with the help of Safariland and TCI, we made high temperature communication gear designed to be worn into a burning building if you chose to do so. But we also realized that going into a burning building is the only thing firefighters do. They're also hazmat technicians, they're incident commanders, they operate apparatus. They're on specialized operations teams. They're on tactical EMS teams. They do Asher or RTF stuff. So we wanted to build something that was going to be able to work across the board that would give them the same reliability that was built into TCI's tactical communications, the same technology in this high temperature headset, the same technology in the fire speaker mic here is the same technology that TCI and Safariland put on the heads of Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, MARSOC guys, and across the spectrum of special forces and the military as well. So this is really just a cross-pollination. We took their great technology and we wrapped it up in a high temperature package and we built it for the fire service. So that's where we're at today. The mission for this, Safariland, has a very clear mission statement, which is together we save lives. And that folds right into what we're trying to do here. We're trying to reduce injuries and save lives of firefighters. We know that if you look at LODD studies, one of the top 5 reasons a firefighter is injured or killed on the fire ground, that rescue wasn't effected in time, was because of communication failures. So we know that sometimes communication gear given to firefighters is really designed for law enforcement. It's really not designed to be taken into a burning building. As of late, some companies have come out with some better gear, but in reality, we still have the same communication issues on the fire ground. So we're trying to eliminate those injuries. We're trying to eliminate the potential for damage to the firefighters, the mission success rates, all of the time that's spent on the fire ground trying to sort out communications we're trying to put an end to that. So that's really the mission here. And so I'm going to present just sort of the A suite of stuff we offer. So our first one that we do the majority of our work with is our hazmat communications gear. So you can see they're wearing it with an SCBA. I'm going to spin the headset here, the head up mannequin a little bit. And you're going to be able to see that the first thing people ask is, does the headset interfere with the face piece seal? It does not. You can see it's well past the actual rim of the face piece. Doesn't touch the face piece seal. Covers over the ears. You can wear any type of high cut helmet you want with this. You can wear a fire helmet, such as this mannequin's wearing. You can wear any type of high cut helmet you want with the communications gear up underneath it. You can attach it to the rail system. So Bush Protective, Team Wendy, arc rails. We make actual connectors that will actually attach to the rail. The headset connects to it, and you can wear the headset with the helmet if you want to. On this mannequin, for the sake of display here, I actually just put the headset on in the behind the head configuration here. So when we say behind the head, the suspension that squeezes the cups against the ear goes around the back. A little head strap goes across the top, and that allows for you to wear any type of helmet that you want to wear on top of this. If you're a hazmat person and you're not wearing a lid, we make an over the head suspension like this one here. So it's the same headset. You just switch out the suspension option. So you take our quick disconnect stems, pull them out, take the existing suspension off, and then put on either the helmet rail mounts, or you can put on the over the head suspension. So you don't have to buy different headsets. You can interchange them just depending on how you want to wear them. So again, the boom mic goes up against the SCBA mask. If you're wearing a brand other than Scott, just take the boom mic and put it up against the Lexan lens of your SCBA mask. Voice transmission, it's a noise canceling microphone. It's designed to be worn in a noisy environment while it allows the voice, the analog voice to come through. So literally we've done tests. We have sound booths. If any of you have seen us at FDIC, we throw you in a sound booth, pipe in 110 decibels of chainsaw noise on top of your head, and have a conversation over a radio network like you and I are having right now. So complete noise canceling, SCBA mask, completely compatible with all SCBAs out there on the market. Can be worn over a simple Kepler suit. If you guys are wearing like a multi-thread suit, you can wear these over the multi-thread as well. So it's completely immaterial. The headsets themselves, so these are tactical headsets. So it has 3 different noise canceling modes on it. It takes either 2 AAA batteries or 1 CR123. And you can turn the ambient on just by a simple button press. And then you'll be able to go either ambient volume up, which is about 4 times what you could normally hear, or ambient volume down to roughly what you would normally hear. It only allows about 88 decibels of sound to come into the headset, so it does have active noise reduction. It has a mode 2 in it, which has active noise cancellation. Sounds like the headset's completely off, but the headset's more on than it ever was, providing some additional noise reduction rating benefits of the actual headset. So it is a tactical headset. It allows that face-to-face communication between you and other firefighters. It allows you to communicate from SCBA mask to SCBA mask over the ambient audio without having to yell in SCBA to talk to your teammates. So it offers all of those additional benefits of situational awareness, 360 degrees. I call it 720 degrees. Nobody likes to hear that. And when I say 720, it's front, back, left, and right, and then above you and below you. So you're going to be able to hear somebody walking above you. You're going to be able to hear a crew operating below you, and then all around you. So you'll have a really good idea of where everybody is at on the fire scene just by turning the ambient on, turning it up a couple of beeps. It's going to make the world of difference between you being able to communicate back and forth with teammates without having to break and get on the radio network to do it. So the hazmat system comes with our hazmat push to talk. So instead of taking it off the mannequin, I'm just going to show you right here so I can sort of hold it a little closer to the camera. So it's a 2-inch convex push to talk. It's got a very large convex button on the front. And you can either attach this to your SCBA strap, a radio strap going across your chest like a bandolier, or you can connect this to the SCBA waist strap under your encapsulating level A and reach over through your suit, touch this, and communicate over the radio network. So it's got a clip on the back, spins around so you can attach it and orient it the way you want. We make these to attach to pretty much every common radio out there that's on the market right now. All of our stuff for our purposes are keyed for Motorola APX, but we make them for Harris and we make them for Bendix King if you're out on the West Coast. We can make them for Motorola Kenwood, so or Kenwood JVC and the Motorola series. So a really nice setup. This is the most popular thing we have going on. We've sold this in North Carolina. We sell this in quite a few places. So the firefighter communication suite is our high temp headset. So all of our headsets are high temperature. The one unique feature about our headsets is the only contact point at the head is these ear seals. And these are a high temperature ear seal. I told you we started working on this in 2014. It took us the better part of 2 years to find the right material to use for our ear seals that had to be temperature tolerant. They couldn't melt, couldn't drip. More importantly, they couldn't trap heat or they couldn't transmit heat into your head, right? Because we don't want to burn anybody with that absorbing heat and then transmitting it in your head. So these are high temperature ear seals, are very comfortable to wear. All of our headsets that we sort of make in the fire service have those on it. You can opt for a gel ear seal, like if you're an incident commander, you can opt for the gel ear seals on them. They're a little more plush, but they're not high temperature. So on our firefighter, so I'm just going to take his lid off here real quick. You can see it's the same behind the head suspension. The helmet fits on perfectly over it. I wear one at work. My engine company, we wear these. We go into burning buildings with these. When I first introduced these to my guys, nobody really wanted to talk to me for a little while. Then after our first building fire, when they came out, they all said, we'll never take these off our head again. So we're the only crew that doesn't say repeat. We're the only crew that doesn't say, were you calling engine 7? We're the only crew that has crystal clear communications because their incident commander is also wearing a headset. So we're about to implement it in my agency across the board. We just went to Motorola APX radio, so we're going to be implementing it across the board. So again, same headset, SCBA mask goes over the flash hood, as you can see right here. So very similar way you do it. And then we have our fire speaker mic right here. So our fire speaker mic is a high temperature, 500 degree for 5-minute speaker mic. So the really nice thing about this is it's a speaker mic by day. It weighs exactly the same as a Motorola XE500. So people will pick this up on their hand. They'll be like, wow, that's heavy. Weighs exactly the same to the gram as a Motorola APX XE speaker mic does. We make them square. They come in any color as long as it's black. We don't do yellow. We put a reflective glow in the dark stripe around it so that at night when it turns off, when there's no light, if this charges for about 15 or 30 seconds in artificial light or about 10 seconds in sunlight, this will glow for about 3 hours. So it gives you a nice little backlight effect, and it also reflects. So we got 3M reflective on it as well. So we had a little bit of feature like that on here. Normal speaker mic by day, 2 microphones. So no matter how you have the mic, RSM oriented on your body, you'll always get to one of the noise canceling mics, a big speaker in it. But then we add the ability for you to plug a headset into the bottom of it. So as you can see right here, we have the headset plugged in. When you do that, you turn the microphones and the speaker off of the RSM, of the FSM, and this becomes the pass-through push-to-talk for the headset. If something goes wrong and you lose the headset, or you just don't want to wear the headset anymore, you simply unplug, and you're back to being on a speaker mic. So that's the real nice benefit of this. If you don't want to be in a headset, we also make a 3.5mm listen-only earbud connector on the bottom of it as well. So our stuff has all been independently tested at Intertech in Cortland, New York. It's placed in the same machine that NFPA does all of their other thermal testing on. And we've had this pass at 500 degrees for 5 minutes, the same with the headset. But it just doesn't pass at 500 for 5. In other words, it's not a molten blob on the test table when it's done. It literally allows you to transmit your message out at 500 degrees for 5 minutes. Now, we all know that you're going to be lucky to survive 390 degrees for about 30 seconds. However, you should know that this is going to be the last thing to fail you, and your ability to be able to get your message out even in those high temperature environments. 10 seconds of direct flame engulfment also. So we pass all of the stuff that they do for the high temperature work at Intertech in New York City, or in New York, Cortland, New York. So yes, it is plugged in. We don't do anything in wireless. That's a whole separate conversation as to why we don't. It's just not reliable enough technology to put firefighters in the mission critical communications. So everything's wired that way. If you lose the headset, you unplug, you got the speaker mic. If something goes wrong with the speaker mic, you reach down, snap the speaker mic off your radio, and at least you have your radio. Wireless doesn't allow you to mess with that. It's gonna be a problem for you, right? All right, so that's our firefighting system. And then we have our incident command dual communication system here. The nice thing about this is the system that allows you to connect to 2 radios at one time, or you can connect to 1 radio and 1 wireless device. So I know a lot of incident commanders out there are having to juggle 2 radios. They got mutual aid coming in. They've got auto aid coming in. They're having to communicate over 2 different radios because they're trying to set up water supply if you live in a rural environment. They're trying to talk to the fire ground communications on the other. I know that sometimes goes away when other people show up on your scene and you're able to delegate some of those tasks to other people. But we still sell quite a few of these. For every single comm headset we sell, or for every 10 of these we sell at least 2 of these because they're incident commanders. So we make them to be able to connect to any portable radio of their choosing. You can connect to 2 different portable radios. You can connect to Motorola on one side, Harris on the other, works just fine. So some of your mutual aid companies come in with different radio systems. We make it so that you have portability. We also make these to connect to mobile radios as well. So if you're sitting in a buggy or you're sitting in a Sprinter van and you want to have a headset on, we can connect to the mobile radios that are out there. So you can literally be on a headset and communicate over the radio network while wearing a headset inside of the vehicle. You can communicate over 2 of them if you want to. Again, sometimes people are incident commanders, pair down incidents, and they want to be able to make phone calls. They need to call up boarding companies, Red Cross. They need to, call like we do here in the Midwest. You got to call on Plow Road at Salttown, calling DPW, communicating over an LTE, like a FirstNet device. You can pair this with any cell phone and take a phone call over your headset like you and I are talking right now. So it offers that capability with this dual communication headset. Again, this is in the over-the-head configuration. So incident commanders usually aren't wearing a helmet. They're usually wearing a soft cap if they're outside, or they're wearing a baseball cap maybe if they're on the inside. And we make the ability for them to communicate over, like I said, 2 radio networks at the same time if you want. The really nice thing about this, exact same headset, so same operation, same noise canceling, same everything with this. Really cool thing is we divide the audio up between the right and the left ear. So if radio traffic in the right radio will only come in your right ear, radio in the left radio will only come in your left ear. We do that just because it's impossible to discern necessarily who's calling you over what radio, so you don't know what push to talk button to hit. So we divide it up. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but after you run your first incident and you hear the voices coming in your head, it's pretty much a no-brainer after that. The really nice thing is if you have 2 crews operating in the hazard zone at the same time on 2 different frequencies, you can grab the push-to-talk, squeeze both sides, and communicate your message over the network over both radio networks at the same time. So it does allow for that as well. And then we've got some different push-to-talk assemblies here. I'm going to bring into the frame. We'll be able to talk about. I've already talked about the hazmat one. This is our tactical push-to-talk. So our traditional tactical PTT that law enforcement and the military wear. It's a recessed button here, quiet click. You don't really hear it. Again, it's a tactical. But this is we call this our Delta push-to-talk. So this is the nice tactical push-to-talk. I should tell you guys this, if you, all of our clips on the back are all Molly or Pals webbing compatible. So everything will fit in Molly or Pals webbing. So if you're wearing a tactical vest and you need to click it into your Molly stuff, you can do that. This is our Alpha push-to-talk. Our Alpha push-to-talk is what we recommend that some of our water rescue people are wearing. And one of the reasons for that is you can throw your radio in a waterproof bag, zip it up, and then you can adjust the radio volume on the actual push-to-talk itself. So you can turn the radio volume all the way up, slip it into the bag, and then control your radio volume coming into your ear. Push to talk is right here on the side, headset connects in the top. You can also connect a cell phone to it, so the Bluetooth adapter will also connect into this. So you can make phone calls over this system if you want. Now, the only problem with that is if you're still trying to listen to radio traffic, you won't be able to do that. But if you assign somebody the ability to need to be able to communicate over a cell phone, they can do that over wearing a headset also. So we make that adaptability for our alpha push to talk. It's a pretty slick little system. And then finally, we took the fire speaker mic and we made a tactile version of it. We call it tactical speaker mic. The TSM comes with a straight cable. It can either be 42 inches in length or 18 inches in length. And the reason we make them in straight is because of cable management in tactical vests, right? When you're trying to manage stuff and weave stuff through MOLLE, it's nice to have a straight cable that you can do that for instead of trying to do something with a coiled cable, which can be very difficult to do. On the fire side of things, we also make this with a straight cable in the high temp version as well. So I wear one of these in an 18-inch, which is a shorty. It's a short cable, goes into a radio that I carry in a pocket, a short cable going to my speaker mic. And that way I don't have a big coiled cable trying to tuck that in behind a radio that's in a pocket on my chest. And sometimes I wear it underneath my on a radio strap under my gear if I remember to grab that. But so I make them in straight, got them in coiled. And that is what I've got for you. In the, I think I mentioned in the chat is if I haven't, all of our contact information is in the chat. So my contact information, Brad's, as well as Darren's is in there. I'm your primary point of contact from the customer perspective. My job is to answer any of your technical questions when it comes to any of the Redline gear we have. Also in the chat is our communications catalog for you to download it to PDF. And there's a link on there to our website, which is safarilandredline.com. And what you can do is if you have interest in this stuff, you can go to safarilandredline.com. You'll see you can't get very far on the website. And we built it that way on a purpose, is that you can go there, find all the information you really want about our products. You can see use cases for it. You'll see actual people wearing it. There's a little video on there. You can see where it's used in different scenarios. And then you can download all of the technical sheets. You can download the catalog if you want to do that there. You can download the user guides. So it's really designed for you to be able to go there before the sale. It's designed to support you during the sale. And then it's designed to be a place where you can go and find information after your sale. Can't remember exactly how the headset works. You can go there, download the user guide for the Liberator 4 Redline headset, and you'll be able to see all of the information that's available there. Or you can just call me. My job, again, is to act like liaison, the subject matter expert, but I'm also the extended warranty on the gear. So 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the road, something's not operating as advertised, you can call me. We'll submit an RMA, we'll get your stuff fixed at either no cost to you or relatively low cost to you, because we like keeping stuff in service for at least 5 years. We don't like seeing our stuff sitting on shelves and all of that. So with that, I'm done with my presentation, unless Brad or Darren want to add anything.
Hey, Don, I've
Sure.
got a question. Talking about the integrations with other equipment, connecting to cell phones and stuff like that. I remember being at HMIC, there was a demonstration you were doing with Blackline Safety. You were connected to all of their devices and equipment. How does that work? Or is that connected through a Bluetooth or something like that?
It is. So we use the dual-com headset for that purpose, just to do like proof of concept. But we were able to plug this in, and then we paired our Bluetooth dongle with their monitor. And then we were able to communicate from monitor to monitor over the Bluetooth network they had. Now, I disconnected to it via Bluetooth, but I think they had an FM connection from one sensor to the other that allowed the two-way communications to go across. So we have that capability as well to communicate over an FM network that allows Bluetooth pairing.
Okay, so if somebody is using Blackline, for example, they can still be connected to all of that wherever.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah, yep, it works really well. We didn't have a chance to test it with like, wireless headsets or do any of that kind of stuff as far as pairing it goes. The black line sensor required you to hit the push to talk on it to be able to communicate over the network. But we've got a few follow-ups we're doing with them, trying to see how the technologies kind of merge together and try to sort of have some equal benefit out of being together in that endeavor.
All right.
Any questions in the chat you want to read, Jason?
Stephen, do you have any, or do you want to just unmute everybody if they have questions?
If anyone has a question, feel free to type or raise your hand and I'll unmute you at this point in time.
I know there was a lot. I kind of vomited that all out pretty quickly, but I wanted to be able to make sure that we had enough time to answer any of your questions or any of your concerns. There'll probably quite a few curiosities out there, but I'm here till 3 o'clock, so I'll happily answer them for you.
Hey guys, this is Brad Medine. Don, well done. Just jumping in to kind of let you know, kind of hit on a little bit. So we are obviously we are obviously a communications manufacturer, but we're also an integrator. So we are looking for those opportunities to partner with other communication companies or SCBA businesses. So if you find anything out in the market where there's an integration opportunity, we're more than willing to take a look at those. And as far as the day-to-day, one of the best tools we have, other than Don, is the T&E program. So making sure that we'd love to get product out to the end users for like a 30-day or more evaluation. You folks are not on the hook for that. It's something we do. We work to, we'll work with you and the end users to get that product out into the field, get them familiar with how it works and making sure that's the product that solves that finds the solution for them, solves their problem. And then it's also a great way for you to get on paper to help your DOR process. So being on paper with the T&E is really a shoe-in to the next level of discount with us. So thank you all for the opportunity. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, the T&E is really where we excel at, and the T&E is a demo, right, for the customers that are out there. It's a demo unit. A couple of demo units we'll send out to you in your configuration, and we will send it out to you. You have it for 30 days, like Brad said, a little longer if you have a special training coming up or something like that. But we put it in your hands because we'd rather have you try it before you buy it. Make sure that it solves your communication problems before you spend the money. We know you work hard for your money. Your municipality has to fight hard for those budget line items. We don't want you guys wasting it by thinking you want one push to talk and you really need the other. So we'll happily send that out for you to demo. We also do a lot of custom work in our shop. So one of the projects we're working on right now is with the fire department in Tennessee, and we're building them headsets to go with their ConSpace systems that they use, their hardline ConSpace system. All their headsets are shot, so we're making headsets to be able to connect to those types of systems. So we do a lot of custom work. We do helicopter aquatic rescue team or HART team stuff. So we build those for North Carolina, Tennessee. We build a few of those for South Carolina. We build them for Indiana HART. We build them for Michigan HART. So that's another one of the big markets for us is we build specialized water rescue communication equipment.
All right, I'm not seeing any other questions. Last call for anyone. If you have anything, please let me know in the chat and I'll mute you real quick.
And like I said, if you don't want to voice anything right now, or you think of something later on, please use my contact information that I put in the chat. My email address is in there. The Redline website is on there. The catalog is in there as well, so you can see some of the technical specifications for our stuff. You can see how it's worn. So we invite you to go there, look at our stuff. And then let your sales rep from Safeware know. Feel free to reach out to me, and then I'll contact them.
Terry King says, thanks, Don. It works great for us.
Oh, great. Yeah, hi Terry. Good. Yeah, Anderson, South Carolina. Yep.
All right, well, thank you everyone for joining us. It was a great webinar with Don, a lot of information. Like he said, just reach out to us if anybody needs anything, and we are here to help you.
Yeah, and I go out to the Safeware shows also. So my job is to also help Safeware, with the product demonstration on their tables. So you can always reach out to your salesperson to see if I'm going to be in the area with them, and you could take a look at the gear live there. I'll be at FDIC with Safeware as well. So I'll be at the Safeware booth for a good chunk of FDIC, have the communications gear there. So please feel free to stop by the FDIC booth for Safeware.
Thanks, Don.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.